to attack a piece, think of the consequences after it. It's like b5 is a move that is played in rage and anger. Yes, for that moment you will feel good, but after that you will be like, oh my god, did I just weaken my c6 pawn irreversibly? Did I just give this knight a permanent outpost? You know, all of these questions should be thought of. So please don't lash out just for the sake of feeling good. Like even a move like b6, that is not a good idea. I'll just go back. This becomes weak. Now if you play c5, you are going to be in trouble later with this opening up. So try to be a little bit more creative, and h5 is the answer. Studio Saga, thank you for your super chat. Says Sagar bhai, your way of explaining chess really hits the right spots in the head. Even if I'm no master, just your analysis sharpens the mind. Well, that's the plan, you know, Studio Saga. The main thing is by studying the games of the great masters of the past, we are able to develop some kind of a thought process like them. And slowly and steadily, who knows, we might reach there. As they say, every master was once a beginner. So, okay, h5 was played, and Reti was like, okay, Alekhine, you will play. By the way, all this talk happens in the head, yeah? In my head, not even in there. h4, you will play. You will take. I will take back. What's the big deal? You are doing nothing. While my minority attack with b4 and b5 is going to shake the foundations of your center as well. Alekhine says, agreed, agreed. I am being careful. I'll play a6, stopping b5. Also, if you play a4, you can't get b5 instantly because I will take, and then a1 is hanging. So for the time being, a6 stops the minority attack. Now, Santosh says, Sagar bhai, can you always use white in bottom? Notations are difficult otherwise. Santosh, two things. Firstly, I wanted to show this game from black's perspective because Alekhine was black. Secondly, I feel that you should learn notations. As this stream is all about chess improvement, do spend some time every day getting better at chess notations. It will really help you in your chess. Rook c1 was played as we had thought. The rook comes to the c file. Alekhine says, I am attacking h4. Reti says, I'm going a4. You can see how this is a clash of ideas. It's like Reti is saying, I don't think your attack is very powerful. Alekhine is like, I want to create a play on the king side. Now, here starts something very interesting. Alekhine now plays his queen to c7. He's like, why rooks to be connect karne hai? We have to connect the rooks. Maybe my rook will come here. And here, Reti started to think, and he was like, okay, should I play in the center? Well, I don't think there's anything happening. And he continued with his plan of weakening. But a better move would have been to kick this knight away and give some breathing space here. Why? I will tell you. You will get to know in a bit. But b5 was played, and it was a very logical idea. As always, Reti is playing with full ambition. You know, takes, and now for your third point, and the point for which this game is extremely famous, black to play. Come on, guys. What did black play in this position? Deep Narayan Banerjee, Parithi Narayan, Om Shri Prasad, oh no, wait. Om Shri Prasad is right. But Parithi Narayan and Deep Narayan Banerjee are wrong. It's not that you're wrong, guys. It's just that your opponent's not going to fall in for your trap. So there's this famous story which is said by Priyadarshan Banjan, who is the manager of Nihal Sarin, and it's a very interesting one. I'll narrate it to you. Okay, So let me see what are the moves that are suggested here in the chat. Whoa, knight e3 and rook e3. So e3 is the hot spot. It's the hot spot. There something is happening there. The right move here is rook to e3. Fantastic job by Om Shri Prasad, Dipankar Kamble, Shreya Sharma, Srijan Saha, John Wong, Sparsh, Shazmanu, PS does it, Rudranshu Sen, and Parv Bhandari. But I'm also going to consider knight e3. Actually, it's not completely illogical. Both cases, you can't take the piece. That was why the queen was pushed up, to attack this pawn. Alekhine, very smart. Here I would maybe move my queen away. Something like queen b3. And the position goes on. So rook e3 is slightly more combative because you always have threats of taking on g3 in the position. So that's the reason why this is a better move. The other move which was suggested is knight b6, attacking the queen. But after queen b3, you really haven't got anything solved for yourself. Pressure here, taking means that pressure here. Look at this bishop. This is exactly the kind of position which you don't want. So here's the story that was said. And so Priyadarshan was with Nihal once, and he told to Nihal, rook e3. What does that remind you of? Right? And it was this position that he was talking. But he just said random, like they were like, "Arey, khane mein kya khana? Oh, matar paneer, you want to eat that? Let's go out. You want to go out? You want to play badminton?" He's like, suddenly, rook e3. What does that remind? And Nihal is like, Alekhine, because Nihal knows his classics. And he said to him that, you need to play games like these, that people will say the move out and they will remember the name of a player. This rook e3 became so famous that people, whenever you will say rook e3, like, oh, Alekhine, Reti Alekhine. Oh, that way. So, guys, we should aim for something so, which is rich in thinking, that you need to have your name imprinted on moves rather than just some victory in some tournament and so on. Where did the timer go? There's the timer. Okay, it's working. You fix this, king say check with it played. See, that was also a move. Okay, now the move that was played in the game was knight to f3, which is not the best move, but we'll come to it. If he takes here, then check. King f1 is met with bishop h3, so that is over. Bishop g2 is met with knight e3, and then the queen is attacked, g2 is hanging. This is simple calculation. Alekhine had done it. There were a couple of things that Alekhine had also calculated. One was bishop f3. And after bishop takes f3, e takes f3. Here he saw takes, and he saw, oh my god, my queen is attacked. And also if I move it away from this diagonal, then e3 would hang. These are all variations, by the way, guys. This was not played in the game, but just trying to explain you. Queen a5. So if you take my rook, I will take your rook. Rook takes, d5. Check, takes, king g2, knight d5. Alekhine said here that after rook a1, I am winning the game. He was wrong, and this is how analysis have improved over the years. Check, king h7, king h7, check, king g6. But how does white now wriggle out of the mess? This is not for points, but still, what is the move here that white should play?
Grammarly helps you work more efficiently, which makes accomplishing your work goals easier. Get full sentence rewrite suggestions so you can say what you mean faster. Use Grammarly to select multiple corrections at once. Instantly accept grammar, spelling, and punctuation suggestions with a single.
Akshay Kant Mishra says b5 by Reti is a weakness which allowed rook e3. Rook e3 is not a winning move, but b5 is not the most careful move. He should have played e4 there. b5 was more like, let's go with the flow, and then rook e3. So I would say b5, not like engines won't call it a mistake, but for human beings, if you're facing Alekhine, definitely not the best idea. Yes, f4. Ooh, very cool, guys. You guys are improving a lot. F4, because now there's no check on h1. The queen controls it, and secondly, if you give this check, my king starts to run. There are no more checks in the position, and it is winning for white. So f4 was the key move. This is what Alekhine had missed. So, but okay, it's I think it's equal if you just take knight d5, takes, and play this position. Like rook a1, he has to draw here. Check. It would be a draw. Okay, here's one more question for you. So if you play rook e3 with the clear intention of sacrificing here, and here, right? And then you want to play it that way, then my question to you is, king h2, what happens here? Well, what happens is, after king h2 comes rook a3. Okay. Yeah, rook a3. Well, I was just seeing like the timer doesn't work somehow. I don't know if I start something else. Earlier it used to, but okay, the timer is going on in the background. fe3, knight e3, okay, attacking the queen. So the queen saves itself. And now another question to you. Let's see how quick you are here, black to play. Yes, Alishan Ali, rook d3 would be a good idea. Yeah, I agree with you to block that. But that was not done. Oof. Again, look at this. So strong. The chat is tremendous today. Love it. Knight f1 check. Fantastic move. Knight f1 check here. With the idea that if you take rook f1, boom, mate. With this here, it's a discovered attack. Discovered check. And then you combine the other two forces here. Knight f1, Ajay Arvind Sparsh, Delight Daniel, Kunal Gupta, Priyabrata Sinha, Mokshit Khanna, Shri Angu, Prashant Tiwari, Kiran Javkar, and Srijan Saha. Well done, all of you. Okay, going back to the game. Now that you have understood how dangerous this move, rook e3 is, bishop f3, by the way, was the best move in the position, but he went knight f3. Black to play. How do you continue? This is for your third point now. What do you do? Let's go, guys. Let's go. Well, try to be careful now. Because what white wants to do is just take, and keep pressing here. He's saying that ignore the rook. I'm not worried about that rook. So many of you in full Alekhine Josh, you're like, we want to attack like Alekhine, and look at this. Every one of you are going all out. Rook a3 is the move that is being suggested a lot. Well done. I'll give a half a point for that. Very interesting move, but I'll try to block with knight d3. I won't let you checkmate me, but a good idea, good idea. The other idea which is hot is knight h5, which is very bad. I'm going to call out the names Sparsh, Shazmanu, Prashant Pal and Shri Angu because all of you have just blundered queen takes g4. But you're in your heart, you are in the right place. You wanted to sacrifice on g3, but in your mind, you forgot about the bishop. So the right move, by the way, here, and one that no one has said, which is very, very interesting. The right move here is C takes b5. You might say, what is so special about this move? Well, it's not about the speciality of this move. It's more like I am trying to kind of discoordinate, bring a discord amongst white forces. What do I mean? My point is that after, what do you do? Like, let's say you can't go on the third rank, my rook covers it. You can't go on b4 because my knight covers it. You can't go on d4 because my rook swoops in, and you can't take here because c1 is hanging. So you have your limitations to where the queen moves. So you must take this pawn. And once you take this pawn, here, it's time for your fourth point. What did black play here? Black to play. Black to move, what do you play here? Yeah. Come on, guys, try to think. What do you do? Be careful. Your rook is hanging. Bhulna mat usko. For the time being, it's taking care of itself till the queen is here. If you take, I'll take on g3. Let me see what are the moves suggested. Rook a5. Interesting move. But it would not work because I would just take the pawn on b7. So rook a5, while does attack the queen, it does not work. And also if rook c5, I have queen c7, rook c7, rook c7, knight c7, and don't forget the rook on e3. It's going to die. So in this entire calculation, this is something that needs to be remembered. If the queens are traded, this rook is hanging. Okay, got it. The right move here is knight to c3. Fantastic job by Sparsh, Santosh, Kiran, Akshakant, Jason, Shrijon, Parithi, Manish, and Abhas. So here's a fork now. Well, it's not a very massive fork. But let's say if you take, then I'll take back and I'm winning because knight is attacked and everything is good. My rook got saved from there. All good. So the move that here Reti had in mind after this was like just queen takes b7. And Reti said that, look, your queen is hanging. So Alekan said, okay, I must take because that is the correct way to continue. Knight takes. And now he must take. Look, this becomes a very real threat now. And also this is hanging if the rook moves away. So that's the reason why he took on e2. It's a very natural move because if you take with the rook, I'm taking back, I'm winning. But the move that Reti had in mind was king h2. And this next move makes this game even more special. Black to play. What do you do here? This is for your fifth point in the position, in the game. What do you do here? Oh, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your sixth point. Sorry. This is the sixth question. This move just shows how amazing Alekhine is. What a player he is. Doing a stream after a long time, so maybe some throat irritation. Sorry about that, guys. So here's the thing. There is a beautiful